Making a plan and pursuing it till the end requires a large amount of skill. In this video, I will be showing you how to make a perfect plan and execute it like Kiyotaka Ayanokoji. Step number 1. You need to have a goal. Having a goal doesn't mean your life purpose, it means making a goal so you know where to focus your plan and make it succeed. Your plan can be anything. You can even make a plan to toy with other people, which I don't recommend. Step number 2. You need to gather information. This is the most important part of making a perfect plan. You can't make a plan if you don't have information. Ayanokoji always observes and asks. He never talks about himself, but he always asks and comforts others in order to keep them close to have information all the time. You should do the same. Don't ever ignore even the smallest clue you could find in people, because it could lead you to much more. You can train yourself to observe more by always keeping your mind intact. If you daydream, think again and come back to reality and start observing. Most people are lazy and don't pay attention to the smaller clues, but you should always train your mind to observe and not lose your focus. By forcing yourself to observe, it will come naturally later. Step number 3. You need to identify your resources. You should calculate how many people can stay loyal to you or what other ways you have to see your plan through. This can include buying people's actions with money, manipulating them, or any other resource that can help you to get closer to your goal. It can also be a blackmailing threat or an extreme measure, but it can be risky, and I don't recommend that. Before making a plan, Ayanokoji thinks of the possibilities he has and can use to succeed with his plan. Step number 3b. Just like resources, you need to identify the weakness and risks that you can face. You have to think about your enemies or people who will get in your way. In this way you can calculate how to deceive them to get out of your way, or by threatening them. You can also buy them with money if necessary, but you should always be on your guard of betrayal, not only from them but even from your own resources. Step number 4. With the information you have, you should make a plan B just in case your plan went wrong. If there is a possibility, even a small chance, that your plan can fail, then you should always make a backup plan just in case. If winning is all that matters to you like Ayanokoji, then you must have a backup plan, otherwise you can fail, which means that your plan wasn't perfect at all. The backup plan should be another way to your victory, but if that isn't possible, then at last it should be enough to get you out of the situation without losing much. This can be risky, but if you need to do that plan no matter what, then you should go with it. Step number 5. Execute it. Making a plan without executing it is not called a plan at all. If you made your plan perfect, then you should be fine going with it, but you should always remember that no matter how perfect a plan, there can be a small chance of failing. You can't always predict everything. That's impossible. Even Ayanokoji can't predict everyone. He said himself that Koenji was unpredictable and that he couldn't tell what he was thinking. So this means when you are executing your plan, you should adapt on the way in and make small changes based on the situation. Adapting the situations with your plan will make your chances of succeeding even higher. Step number 6. The ending is everything, which means after you succeeded, depending on what your plan was, you should be careful not to get caught. If you are smart enough, you can cover it by putting the blame and attention on someone else, or it could be a plan that people didn't even notice at all. It doesn't matter what kind of plan it was, you should always have the perfect ending for it to be the way you want it to end. Always remember that you should be the one controlling your plan, not the plan controlling you. Otherwise, that means that the plan wasn't perfect after all. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji is a master at making plans. He is that way because outside of him being gifted, he was trained perfectly, and you could do the same. If you put yourself to learning and making plans, eventually you will be good at it, and your plans will come more naturally. By the way, do you want to learn more about power, and level up in life. Don't forget to subscribe and turn the bell on, so you don't miss any future videos.